There's an African proverb which goes by, if you want to walk fast, walk alone. If you want to go far, walk together. Hi, I'm Sivan Santhosh. I'm the founder and CEO of a high fashion designer rug brand called Neytt. Some of you may know me through the Met Gala red carpet which we manufactured last year. But something you may not know about me is that I'm also an engineer, like a lot of you out there in the audience. So I did my engineering from VIT University, Bangalore. Here, I was also one of the organizers of the first edition of TEDx at VIT, way long back. So I'm someone who is very nervous about public speaking. It's one of my biggest fears. So me standing in front of you right now is me going completely out of my comfort zone. I really hope I don't embarrass myself too much today. So after I graduated out of engineering college, I was recruited as a software engineer at an IT park based out of Chennai. I worked as an applications developer for 2 years. Soon I realized that coding is not my cup of tea. It was never my forte. I'm good at a lot of other things, but not coding. So I quit the company. So I come from a family business started by my great grandfather in the year 1970. My family has been manufacturing carpets for the last 107 years. And I pretty much grew around carpets. And always in the back of my head, I always wanted to take this legacy forward. I was clueless on how I would do this. So my father, he did his MBA from the US in New York. And he's been talking very highly about it from the days I was growing up. So that eventually became my dream too, that I should do an MBA from the US, get a good education, get a good experience, come back and do something of my own at my family business. But I needed some work experience also for this. So I decided to join Extraview, my family business, as a management trainee. My father was very clear that I wouldn't be given any special privilege in the company. So I had to start from scratch. I was pretty much open to it. So I joined Extraview as a management trainee. I was given the task of clearing the production waste from the company. That includes a lot of metal scrap, a lot of excess production waste. So I was kind of intrigued by this. I was wondering how so much of production waste was being created in the company. So this made me study the entire manufacturing process. I had an opportunity to work at all the different departments in the company. I decided to do a Lean Six Sigma Green Belt certification, after which I initiated a Kaizen activity in all the departments. We formed teams, and we were successfully able to bring down the production and process waste by more than 20%. Around the same time, I was preparing for my GMAT with dreams of getting into the best business school in the world. I was going through a very tough phase. I was trying to make a mark for myself in the business, at the same time studying for my GMAT. It was not going anywhere. I gave my GMAT exams. I got pretty low scores of 580, then I got a 630, then a 610. So I didn't know what to do. So I thought of taking a sabbatical from work. I took 2 months off. I prepared for my GMAT. And then finally I got a GMAT score of 700. And earlier I got rejected from a lot of business schools with my old GMAT. I reapplied. Out of the 6 schools I applied, I got into 4 schools. I decided to take up Babson as it is the #1 school for entrepreneurship. And I also got a President's Merit Scholarship of $80,000. I was extremely happy. So, just a flashback. First year after joining Extraview, I also had the privilege of meeting Nimisha, who is my partner and my co-founder at Neytt. So me and Nimisha we have so many things in common, yet we are totally different people when it comes to the way we think, the way we do things, the way we interact with people. I feel she has a lot of skill sets which I don't, and vice versa. So we kind of complement each other when we work together. So me and Nimisha got married in early 2016, and in the same year, we had to go to Boston to do my MBA. So we went to Babson end of 2016 for my MBA. Babson was a totally different experience for both of us. It completely changed the way I look at business and the way I run business. It brought in that entrepreneurial mindset within me. Babson was also a lot of other things. Nimisha was doing her own course in a different college back then. We did a lot of side hustles. Both of us loved dogs, so we did a lot of dog sitting. Nimisha was teaching arts to a lot of my friends' kids back then. So all these side hustles got us a lot of pocket money for all the dinners we did and all the trips we did back then. Babson was also a lot of fun. We made a lot of good friends. We did a road trip from East Coast to West Coast, driving around 9,000 kilometers, covering 15 states. Every state is very different from each other, different climatic conditions. It is a totally different experience. So after graduating out of Babson, I got an opportunity to work with a sports startup. The plan was always to work in the US for at least 2 to 3 years, get some experience, come back and do something of my own. But Trump had different plans for us. Our visas did not get approved, and we were forced to come back to India. Again, coming back to India, we were kind of clueless what to do. We wanted to start something of my own, connected to the family business. But again, we didn't know what to do. So me and Nimisha always spoke about what we could do together whenever we got back to India. So we had this idea of painting on carpet and selling it as an art piece of its own. Nimisha being an artist and a storyteller, it was basically her idea. So I kind of presented this idea to my father back then. So he kind of rejected that idea immediately. So he thought it's not practical. He was thinking only from a numbers point of view. How practical is to make so many art pieces? Would people be interested in buying those? We kind of went past it. We did a lot of research. We went ahead and did a small collaboration with an artist based out of US. And we decided to try a designer rug at a design exhibition based out of Delhi. It was meant for home decor. So we exhibited this rug at one of India's most premium design exhibitions in Delhi. Thinking back, I can't even imagine how brave we were just to exhibit one single rug in this exhibition. But this was a big learning curve for us. We learned a lot from all the other exhibitors out there. Our product was way underpriced in the market, and we didn't know how to position ourselves in the Indian market. At the same time, we got a lot of good feedback for the material we used and the direction we are taking. So after getting inspired by all this, we went back to Kerala, and then Nimisha designed a rug inspired by how Kerala defeated the floods during that time. And to our surprise, this rug was nominated for the El Decor International Design Award. We were super excited, and this gave us some confidence that we were moving in the right direction in terms of design and storytelling. So we decided to start our own designer brand called Neytt. Again, Neytt means weave in Malayalam. Again, we tried, even in the logo, we tried to incorporate a lot of Malayalam, writing. We gave it an orange look, just to show the vibrancy of Kerala. We started researching on what we could do differently as a brand. So when we researched about rugs in the Indian market, rugs were always being associated only to North India, and none of the design elements or the culture of the South was not highlighted anywhere in the world. So we wanted to kind of change that with Neytt. Around the same time, something else happened. The lockdown. We had to kind of change strategies. We were forced to sit back home, and all we could do at home was scroll through Instagram, Facebook. And I was inspired by a lot of good artists and designers creating a lot of brilliant art in different mediums. I thought, why not try and collaborate with these people? So I sent messages, DMs, WhatsApp messages, Instagram messages. And to my surprise, a lot of people actually replied back, mainly because of the pandemic. I guess. So we worked out a lot of collaborations. A lot of them did not even come out even close to what we expected it to. Some of them were disasters, but some of them were very brilliant. This is Vanessa, she's a Swiss designer. Her collection is showcasing women from different cultures, nationalities, different ways of dressing up, and showing how beautiful women are. Salventius is a Dutch one-line artist. A lot of his art is inspired by different characters. The yellow rug you see is inspired by the Pac-Man character. The one on the right is a one-line version of Madonna. Something very different. Mali is a French designer based out of Paris. Her collection is inspired by the architecture in the 70s and 80s in Europe. So with all this in hand, we decided to exhibit some of this in the same exhibition we exhibited 2 years back. And we got amazing feedback from these exhibitions. A lot of people loved the fact that we're not even considering using rugs for floors, but also for the wall, as wall tapestries. So we were elated. We were very happy that it's kind of working out and we're moving in the right direction. So we focused on expanding our team. So our team was only 4 people way back in 2019, which became 14 people in 2023. So we started investing a lot on people. We focused on design and innovation and R&D. We invested in the best design students from all the best design schools in India. Again, going back to the idea of highlighting the culture of Kerala through rugs, we made a collection inspired by the Vallangali in Kerala, the boat race. We made another collection inspired by the Arampula Kannadi, the polished metal mirrors in a small village called Arampula in Kerala. We got a lot of good feedback on these collections. During the same time, the team also got an opportunity to work on the prestigious Met Gala red carpet through a long-term customer of XW. We were quite happy with the kind of response we got. The post went viral, a lot of people started talking about us. But more than the Met Gala, people started noticing a lot of our other work. And people started appreciating the kind of storytelling and the design aspect of our work. And also through Met Gala, we were very happy that we could inspire a lot of young students and entrepreneurs to dream big. If a brand from Kerala, a small village in Kerala, can go all the way to Met Gala, anything is possible in this world. We kind of inspired a lot of people. At the same time, the whole idea of a Met Gala was we made the entire canvas, the carpet canvas, and the whole idea was artists from New York were supposed to paint on it. So all the designs you see is hand painted by artists in New York. The same idea me and Nimisha had thought of 3 years back. This again gave us a validation that we are moving in the right direction in terms of design, storytelling. So one question we always get is, a husband and wife combination, will it really work? How do you guys manage a business without any conflicts? Of course we have conflicts. Any husband and wife would have conflicts. I think more than everything, we are committed to each other and the brand more than everything. And that keeps us alive as a brand. Even last year when we had a child, we were very clear that this wouldn't stop us from doing exhibitions. So we actually kind of brought up the child in such a way that we could travel with her. We traveled with her to all the exhibitions around the world, got inspired. I think we're very lucky to have such a very cooperative daughter too. Maybe we are lucky. Over the last year, something else also happened. With a lot of hard work and dedication, we got 2 international awards. One was the DNA Paris Design Award for the Vallangali rug we did. And recently we also got the European Product Design Award for a collection inspired by the Pitri ware in Karnataka, where there is silver inlay work on brass utensils. So in this particular rug, we've actually inlaid actual silver yarn in some of the parts, which made it very unique as a rug. One thing we try to do differently as a brand is the kind of emphasis we give on our team. So we make sure that the entire team, the artisans, and the people who we work with, everybody gets due credit for all the work they put in for a particular project. And that is what has made us unique as a team, as a brand. Again, going back to the African proverb, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Go together as a team, take a team along with you, and make sure they also grow along with you and the brand grows along with you. Over the last year, we were also able to make a lot of cool things. The one you see on the right is a color changing rug. So when it gets in contact with sunlight, it completely changes color. One on the left is a new invention we did. We put sensors on the carpet backing. So when you step on the rug, it automatically turns on the light, turns off the light. There's a lot of functions. So we are very happy that out of 10 things we do, 8 things may not work out. But it's the 2 things that work out is what keeps us alive as a brand. My vision for Neytt is to see Neytt as the most innovative rug brand in the world. And we really hope we can achieve this as a team in the upcoming years. Thank you so much, TEDx, for this opportunity. I really hope you got some takeaways from this.